People deluded. So yeah, Arsenal won, Huddlesfield Town nil. Herbert Chapman probably looking up from heaven at this fixture with a sense of pride. Or if you know, you know. So yeah, it was a weird game. Ultimately, we got what matters, and what's the 3 points. Come May, if you're in the top four, you're not gonna look at this game back in December and think, okay, we was boring that game, but we got 3 points. You're gonna just think how what you did what you needed to do, and the stats aren't gonna lie. We wasn't at it. You cannot always be at it in every game, and we were quite poor, and we've got out of jail essentially. Credit to Torreira for getting it, but what can we say? Like, we just need to fix up for next game because we've got 2 games next week. So yeah, let's review the player ratings, people. I'm gonna start with Leno. Obviously, he's kept a clean sheet. I don't feel he had much to do. I still think at times his ball playing is a bit hot and cold for me. When it's on, it's on. But at times he delays it when the simple pass is on, and he kicks it into areas which doesn't help us. Still scares me when it comes to collecting corners and throw-ins and stuff. I mean, not throw-ins and long balls and stuff, but done enough to walk away with a 5. I give Mustafi a 5. We kept a clean sheet. I don't feel we was really troubled. I don't feel the defenders were terrible. Like, we didn't have a good game, so he gets a 5. Silly to see that he's now out of next week's fixture as well. Socrates gets a 5. I feel while his passing was very poor in stages for me, I felt he makes up for it from just being a bastard essentially, man. I like to see him getting into it with Del Potro. He made some good tackles as well in the game, and he didn't play amazing. We weren't tested too tough. Huddersfield weren't here to try and play football with us, but what can you do? A 5 is a respectable result. I think our fullbacks deserve a rating higher than a 5, so I'm going to give Bellerin a 6 and I'm going to give Kohler a 6. Kohler, I think he did better defensively today in the chances he had. At times he was caught, but especially there was one in the second half. I can't remember who. I think someone played it to Pritchard because Kohler was out of position. Someone played it to Pritchard, and Socrates did very well to block out the cross. And the cross, it was meant to be a corner, but he hit off. I think it came off the Huddersfield Town player, and then it got cut out. So yeah, apart from that, I feel he had a better game defensively. Kohler's always going to be a good outlet offensively, and he definitely did better than some of the players that's jobs are to be creative and get in behind and stuff like that. So he gets a 6. I feel Bellerin can still improve in terms of his technical ability. If he could just get a final ball consistently and just become another winger that Bellerin, when he had vapors and stuff and short hair, then it would be quality. But I feel similar to last game, I feel Bellerin was himself and he was decent today. And I don't feel he was troubled down his flank. I feel the application was there to walk away with a respectable 6. I gave Mr. Granit Xhaka a 5. I feel initially he started off well. He was passing the ball. I feel he got into it today. I feel he actually had a good game. But by the same logic, saw a couple hospital passes that on another day result in goals for the opposition. Shooting at times you don't really need to shoot, and a couple wayward passes. So I think a 5 is a cool result. Xhaka is Xhaka in that regards. I'm going to give Guendouzi a 7. He was on course to get a 5, but the second half for me bumped it up a bit because he was a bit better. I think he came alive a slight bit when Iwobi and Mkhitaryan and these guys with a point to prove came onto the field. I saw his passing range. Obviously, he was diving for the penalty, but I think even for the penalty he tried to earn, I think he even linked up well down the left-hand side with Kohler. So I think he gets a 7. Ultimately, he played the ball in that led to the goal. Great work from Aubameyang to keep fighting and keep it alive, and obviously Torreira did the rest. So he gets a 7. I feel I'll give a 7 to Torreira, another one that was on course to get a 5, but I'm going to give him an extra point because I feel his passing was good today. Obviously, at times he was caught, but at times, again, he was the only one trying to, out of the midfielders, consistently trying to get it forward. The tackling with Torreira is always going to be there, considering if he got a yellow card today, he would have been suspended for Southampton. He did very well, correct me if I'm wrong. We only had 2 shots on target, one that obviously Torreira in the first half from long range, and obviously his goal. Not that that's his job, but what does that tell you? I mean, if he's been the only one that's tried to add some creativity, scored his goal, and he's done his job, how can I not give a man a 7? So he gets a 7. Aubameyang, it hurts me, but I got to give him a 4, man. I probably could give him a 5 because of his work rate for the goal, but I don't feel Aubameyang was there. I feel his work rate was there, but I just feel he didn't, like Lacazette, they weren't there. And if you're not going to be there and involved in the game and stuff like that, quality strikers, which both of them are, them 2 chances that either guy had, you should be putting it away. couple half chances as well, not even half chances, just a couple things Aubameyang was doing. He just weren't at it today for me. I love the guy, but I gotta be fair in it. So Aubameyang gets a free for me, to be honest, because I like, where was he and Lacazette? Our defensive mids had more shots than you on target. Like, where were you lot? And I can't tell you too many times, apart from when they missed, that they really had efforts. I can tell you occasion when they linked up well and stuff. Credit to them, but I don't feel either player was at it. So like I said, credit to Aubameyang for grinding and stuff like that. In fact, I give him a 4, man. I give him an extra point for working for the goal, essentially. So he gets a 4 from me. I give Lacazette a 3. He missed his sitter and he was anonymous. And while I don't agree with, at the time, substituting him because we was obviously chasing the game, trying to break the deadlock and stuff, he can't have any complaints because he didn't do anything today, especially when it comes to, if it's not in terms of scoring, you'd think Lacazette he's got good quality linking up with his teammates and stuff, and I don't feel that was there. He's unlucky to have a goal disallowed because he should have had a goal, but it is what it is. He gets a 3. Lichtsteiner gets a 5. He was cool in my opinion, and obviously he got subbed because we needed to take off a defender and go for the game a bit. Mkhitaryan gets a 5. I feel he did alright when he came off the bench as well. It wasn't perfect, couple sloppy passes, but I felt he tried, didn't he? Got frustrated, made a couple needless fouls when we was chasing the game as well, but he gets a 5. Iwobi gets a 3 for me. I might be being a bit harsh, but I felt literally when we started the second half, he looked like he was on it, and then it just weren't there. I mean, giving the ball away, the radars weren't there in terms of linking up with his teammates, and I feel in the last few games he just hasn't quite been at it. So yeah, he'll probably start against Katyaraba and get 90 minutes under his belt, but his form's taken a massive dip in recent weeks, and I love the guy, and he started off well, and he's had a lot of critics on his back, and he turned them to believers, but it shows you how fickle football is. They're going to slowly creep back in. Obviously, forgive me if I'm wrong, Monreal came onto the pitch, he can walk away with a 5. It's happy for him to come back. He's kept a clean sheet, and he didn't have too much to do. But all in all, we did get out of jail, people. Like I said, in regards to the Lucas Torreira point, the man who got a 7, in case I didn't say that. We didn't create too many chances. He had our 2 shots. When chances were presented, Lacazette and Aubameyang, strikers that should be converting, should be, and they didn't. Not to dig them out, because our midfield, on the large part, apart from a couple stages of quality, we wasn't quite at it togetherness. In terms of the team, just our approach wasn't quite there today. No disrespect to Huddlesfield, but a side like this, like he's shown, you don't need to be at your best, whether you get the luck of the green or not to score. You don't need to be at your best to beat a side like this. So we did get out of jail of sorts. I feel the players didn't play as well as they could. I actually feel Emery got his tactics a bit wrong. I felt from the start, I get it, but from the start I felt it's Huddlesfield. We can afford to just start with 4 defenders, 3 2 centre halves, and be a bit more offensive from the start. Obviously, if you're gonna bring Lacazette and Aubameyang in, you probably need to find balance somewhere else. So I understand why he made the formation, but I did feel he could have played both of them, possibly a 3-4-3 if anything, to be fair with you. It wasn't quite that today, but yeah, it looks like a bit. I didn't feel we should have taken off Lacazette as well in the game when we was chasing it, but yeah, it is what it is, man. It can't always go to plan, but we got the most valuable thing in 3 points. And if this was last season, we probably wouldn't. We can't keep using that as an excuse. We can't keep hiding behind being unbeaten and being a second half team and all of these sort of things, because there's still a lot of question marks that remain. But for today, at least, we can watch Match of the Day and it's all calm, people. On that note, like I said, Arsenal 1, Huddlesfield Town 0, player ratings. Thank you very much for watching and rocking. I'm out.